All right, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing my review for the final episode, the series finale of Gotham, the television series. And spoiler warning, if you guys have not seen the final episode of Gotham yet, that makes it the 100th episode of the series, Season 5, Episode 12. So we had a little bit of a break. It's been since March, since we didn't see, a new episode of Gotham after Episode 10, I Am Bane. Then there was Episode 11 last week, which was They Did What, which was actually an awesome episode and really could have stood as a series finale by itself. But as epic as Episode 11 was, and how it was kind of the final battle for Gotham and everything, we actually got to see one more episode after that with Episode 12, with The Beginning, which is really after a 10-year time skip. And spoiler warning if you haven't seen these yet, and we basically get to see the future. So we get to see Gotham, the series, run all the way up to episode 99, which is season 5, episode 11, They Did What? And then 10 years after that, we get to see episode 12, The Beginning. So that is basically it, and that's the end for Gotham. So this is a really crazy one, man. 100 episodes of Gotham over 5 seasons, 5 years. The series premiered in 2014, if you guys remember, and now we're into 2019, so it's 5 years later, and the series is over. So it makes me kind of sad because I love Gotham. I really, really enjoyed the show. And I remember reviewing the premiere episode with you guys 5 years ago, right? And, in the beginning, there was a lot of hype about Gotham. There was a lot of interest. And even though the series made a lot of episodes, 22 episodes the first season and everything, and just they were pumping a lot of episodes each year, man, it was a lot of fun. And there were certain episodes that were really, I think, really special episodes. Some of the characters and villains were done masterfully. Like, for example, the Joker. Really great, and we get to see him kind of come back in a very Dark Knight fashion, as he's basically in some kind of a catatonic state after episode 11, when Bruce leaves for basically 10 years. He doesn't move or do anything, and then he just kind of comes back to life as soon as Bruce gets back to Gotham in episode 12 after this 10-year time skip. So the series ends off, like I said, last spoiler warning here, with basically Bruce finally becoming all-out Batman. They've kind of gotten into it a little bit. Bruce has developed over the years. He's really young when the series starts, and by the time we get to episode 11, he's pretty tough, and he's able to take down people and fight, and him and Selina are able to kind of stop Bane, or at least get away from Bane without being broken or killed, right? In episode 11. So then we go on forward. 10 years later, he's been off training and doing his stuff and basically becoming Batman, and now that he feels like he's ready, he comes back to Gotham. So episode 11, like I said, really could have served as the whole series finale if they wanted to do that, because it's kind of the epic battle at the end with Talia and with Bane, which reminded me of The Dark Knight Rises, which was really cool, kind of all the tie-ins with that, because I love the Batman Begins, Dark Knight Rises trilogy. Just amazing movies. Probably my favorite trilogy of all time, to be honest with you, with The Dark Knight being probably my all-time favorite movie ever made. Heath Ledger's Joker, unbelievable. But man, even Cameron Monaghan's Joker here at the end, just awesome as well too. So he kind of comes back as this life is breathed back into him as Bruce comes back to Gotham as Batman, and he loves it. So he comes back to life and everything with Harley, and they get sort of one last little hurrah in episode 12 with the villains kind of playing, and I love this too, because they use the Riddler and the Penguin as sort of like, this is just brilliantly done, like cartoon Golden Age or like vintage superpowers, 60s Riddler and Penguin by the end. Like, they make a mockery out of him. By the time they're serious at a lot of points throughout the series, and then this episode here at the end, they just feel like those old school like 60s Batman villains. They're like running around, they're escaping from the thing, and then Batman comes in and he ties them up on hangs them from a thing, and they're like trying to get down and everything. It's just really funny. And then they see him, they want to go after Batman at the end, and then they see him kind of at the top of the buildings, and they're like, oh yeah, we'll do it tomorrow. Tomorrow. And they got the decked out with like the classic costumes. The Riddler starts to have like I don't know if you want to say full question marks, but they're like and then the green glasses, and the Penguin's got like the top hat and the one like monocle or whatever. Is that what that's called? So with the colors and everything, absolutely loved it, man. Absolutely loved it. Just classic stuff for old school Batman fans. And man, I could not have thought of a better kind of finale type of scenario. Episode 11 wraps up all the things we've seen build up over this crazy season, which actually I'd have to say is probably the best season of Gotham ever. Season 5, I do think, it's 12 episodes, so it's a bit shorter than the others, but it's the best. I mean, I think they did a great job this season with just having Gotham be this no man's land, this place that's just destroyed. And then by the end, after the time skip, they're building it back up. They're building the buildings, and finally Bruce is coming home after he's left, and he sees Selina and everything, which is great. And so she's become Catwoman. She's become a cat burglar, right? Which is kind of cool. So he tells her as he comes back, he just tells her to put the diamond back that she stole. That he knows that she's probably stole a lot of stuff since he was gone. But it's going to stop now, right? So we'll see what happens with that. But, well, actually we won't. We got to fill it in with our imagination. But see, that's the thing about episode 12, the finale, the beginning, is that they basically they finish off with a beginning, right? So it's Gotham is a prequel series to Bruce becoming Batman, to Gordon becoming Commissioner Gordon, to all the characters becoming who they are in what you would usually think of as your kind of maybe a certain version of canon Batman, where you have kind of a mixture in the end here of stuff from maybe The Dark Knight with kind of your classic Batman villains like Riddler and Penguin, and then kind of like your 89 on top of the building, Tim Burton Batman, kind of mixed with the costume a little bit with like the Nolan Batman trilogy, like the Dark Knight type of costume and the cowl and everything. And it looked really cool, man, in the end to just get to see him. They basically say for like the last scene, like the very last scene you see of the series is, okay, now he's Batman and Gotham's over. And by it has to be over because now he is Batman. So even if they were to do it again, the series would have to be called Batman. If they got a season run of Batman, it would be called Batman. You wouldn't call it Gotham anymore. I don't think that will ever happen. I don't think we'll actually get to see a full-on Batman series. Probably be the movies if you want to, in terms of billing. They'll do it in movies. They'll probably will not do it in a TV series because nowadays, because that's a character that's kind of reserved, I would say, for there's Titans and stuff like that, but mostly a character that in terms of a series would be reserved probably for the movies. So I don't expect to see much more coming from Gotham in the end. This is the finale episode of the series, but it really is done in such a way where it makes you really happy that you got to see Gotham, because you got to see this version of Bruce turn into Batman by the time the series ended, and then basically when it's all said and done, you can kind of fill in the blanks as to how things are going to go in the future. You've got Barbara and younger Barbara. You've got Jim. You've got all the other characters. You've got Jeremiah, who everyone is terrified of, and rightfully so, because he's the Joker now. They don't really say it. Jay something. So really cool stuff. Bane was pretty good in the end too. I liked him in the second last episode. That was pretty cool. And Talia and all the others. So you have the idea that there's a rogues gallery out there for Batman in this universe. And even if we never get to see any further episodes play out, and they never do anything else with this license, with this version of Batman, it was cool to see it kind of form up into this way and kind of become that. And then again, you can use your imagination for the future on how you think things will go with the characters after that. Or you can watch any of the Batman movies and stuff and kind of, it kind of fits in. Like you could fit it in as like a prequel to the character, different actors and stuff, obviously. But for the different versions of Batman in the movies and everything that they've done. But it turned out to be really cool. It's just so well done in the end that it really put that exclamation point on it. It was a great season 5. Episode 11 was fantastic with the bombs and everything, and the shootout and all that was cool. The way that ended, and then episode 12 when he actually became Batman might be like the best episode of the series, right? It's like the best episode of the whole show is like when the show is not the show anymore. It's like it's no more of a prequel tease, and you just get Batman, and it's the best episode they've ever done. It's like because now he's actually Batman, and that's what everybody probably always wants to see, and that's probably why the show is ending now. But granted, they did get 100 episodes, so they got 100. They ended it. It's what it is, and it's over. So I'm sad to see it go. A lot of characters that I really loved to see. They're Riddler, they're Penguin, Selina, Bruce, Alfred, everybody. Everybody else that I didn't mention. So many characters in the roster. Gordon and Barbara and everybody. Great show, man. Really a lot of fun. Really enjoyed it. Sad to see it go. Wished it could have got more seasons, but hey, you know what? Season 5 was so good. I'm not disappointed in the end. And the finale was so fantastic, too. I feel like episode 12 really added so much value to the prior episodes. Like, I'm glad they didn't just finish it off for episode 11. That's kind of what I thought they would do, is once they won the battle for the city and everything, it would kind of end. But they kind of treated us with episode 12 to give us that sort of look at a future for Gotham, as Bruce is no longer Bruce anymore. He doesn't show up to the things he's scheduled to go to as Bruce. He shows up as Batman and does what Batman does. He beats the bad guys, and it was awesome to actually finally get to see that in the Gotham TV series once and for all. The bat signal and the whole bit, the buildings and everything. Oh man, very cool. So that's kind of my review. I'm going to give the finale a perfect 10 out of 10. I can't think of giving it anything else. I think it's probably the best episode of the series, or at least for me, getting to actually see him actually finally be Batman after so many years of everybody just like, everybody always wanted to see that, and now it's like he's finally developed, he's finally at where we wanted to see, and now it's over, which is kind of sad. But, the thing plays as a really good commercial for a possible spin-off series or Batman series that they could do. So I don't know, maybe in a few years if they want to come back to it, maybe they get the people back together, if they can sell a network on it, I don't know. But it would be really cool to see just a Batman series, because you have so many established characters already from this one that you could carry into a Batman series, and it could be really fun. I don't know if you necessarily do kind of the cartoony type of feel for Penguin and Riddler all the way. I don't know if that works. Kind of make a mockery out of them, right? But I guess you got to up the ante. You have to have them be kind of the past, and then you got to bring in even more. They've had some serious threats in Gotham already, but bring in some serious competition for Batman, because he seems so formidable. The whole thing plays like a commercial for a Batman show at the end, right? So that's my review. That's Gotham in the bag, man. Very sad that it's over, but really happy with how they were able to end it in the end. And I think it really caps off that series and really puts it in a situation where, people can be happy with what it was and be happy that it ended the way it did without anybody really looking at it saying like, oh man, I wish they would have done 10 seasons or something. Well, that would have been cool, but after seeing this finale, it's almost like I'm almost happy they did it, because it went to the best part after. And if you're going to do more, then you do a Batman series. You don't do a Bruce, prequel young. You can never do this kind of series again, I don't think, because if you're going to do something, now you got to do all out Batman. You have to. So that'll be it for my review, guys. Let me know what you thought if you got a chance to see the Gotham finale. How do you feel about Gotham ending? Where are you at with this one? Did you enjoy it as much as I did, or were you kind of like, it's okay, or I wish they would have kept it going for season 6 or 7 or 8? I kind of feel that way too. It would have been cool if it could have got more years out of Gotham, but I think we just got to be happy that it wrapped up in such spectacular fashion with the best season they've ever done with season 5. That's it for my review, guys. If you liked it, like it, thumb it up. You can share, you can favorite. If you're new, you want to subscribe, button left to subscribe. And that's it for this one, guys. Another series in the bag. Gotham is over. Let me know how you guys felt about it. And if you guys want to see a full series review, maybe that's something we could do. Leave a comment below, and maybe I'll do a full-out Gotham series review. Because it makes sense. 100 episodes, 5 years. Been reviewing and watching the show, so maybe we'll do that. That's it for this one, guys. We'll see you again soon for another. As always, this is Trev, and I'm saying peace. Later, guys. See you soon.